guys, been the Demon, doing a 32X collection video. Thought I'd start by showing you the system, or the add-on I would say. Mine's on top of XI. I think it looks like a space station. Really cool. I like the design. Has your little vent holes right here in the back. I like the XI too because you only need 2 power sources instead of 3 to run all 3. The Sega CD, the 32X, and the Genesis, or the XI in this case. And just really sleek, really nice. It just kind of fits on. Some people say it looks like a mushroom cloud, and it's a failed console, so it's kind of ironic. There's the system. Let's check out some of the games. Right, no rhyme or reason here. Last time I did a 32X collection video, I started with Complete, I believe, so I'll start with the cartridge games. Let's see. First up here, we got Shadow Squadron, and it's one of those polygon shooters, kind of like Star Wars Arcade. It's not bad. I like Star Wars Arcade better. Shadow Squadron. Here we have a rarer game. This is World Series Baseball, starring Deion Sanders. Probably one of the rarer games for the console, even though it's a baseball game. Cost you a few dollars to get. It's just your typical World Series Baseball game by Sega Sports. Alright, we got Colibri. And this is a really cool shoot 'em up, a hummingbird shoot 'em up platformer type of game. And it's really fun. This is one of the gems on the 32X, so if you're getting into collecting, this is a must, I would say, to check out Colibri. Next is a must, and it's cheap. Virtua Racing. I need to get this complete. It is cheap. This game will cost you $1 or $2, and it's worth every penny. The graphics are really dated, but the gameplay holds up surprisingly well. I haven't played the Sega Saturn one yet. I'll get it, but I like this one. I have the PS2 version of Virtua Racing and a couple other versions of Virtua Racing, and my favorite one's the 32X. I think it runs really well, plus you get the prototype card. Cosmic Carnage. Anybody who watches Classic Game Room knows all about this game. If you don't, it's a 2D fighting game that has 32-bit enhancements. It's not bad, it's not great. It's your average fighting game. What's cool about this is you can add and take away armor to your fighters, which adds an extra, something to it. Doom. A lot of people don't like this port of Doom. It's not the worst port of Doom. I would rather play the 32X version over the Super Nintendo version. The music in the Super version is better, but I like the 32X version. Maybe it's just because I'm a Sega fanboy, or I don't know. I love Nintendo as well, but I like the Doom 32X port. My favorite Doom, I like the Sega Saturn port, even though a lot of people don't like it. PlayStation 1 port's alright. Probably the PC port's the best. Mortal Kombat 2, 32-bit Mortal Kombat. Not quite as good as the Sega Saturn one, but really close. I usually play the 32X one. I find myself playing that more than the Saturn one, just because there's no loading times. You can get in a couple rounds, do a couple fatalities, and then move on with your day. Alright, let me get this second box of games here. Bear with me, guys. Alright. Metalhead, a game I did not like when I first got my 32X. Really shows off the power of the 32X. After I gave it another chance and started playing it, this ended up being one of my favorite games in the collection, go figure. And another one that can be found wicked cheap, probably did well. Alright, port of a great party arcade game. This is T-Mech, and I love T-Mech. You just kind of go around shooting people up with your little mech. It's a really fun game, really cool shooter. If you ever wondered what it's like to fly the Star Trek Enterprise, this is the game for you. This is the Starship Bridge Simulator. Yep, a Star Trek Bridge Simulator. Can you believe it? It looks pretty good. I haven't played too much of it because I'm not a big Trekkie fan, more of a Star Wars guy. But it's not bad. It's kind of fun to mess around with. Primal Rage. a game, if you get the combos down and things, it's actually pretty playable and enjoyable. This is one of those games that has a higher learning curve, and the combos are just weird and awkward. But once you get them down, I enjoy Primal Rage a lot. I mean, as a kid, who didn't want to fight with dinosaurs and blood? It's Mortal Kombat with dinosaurs, and I like it. Motocross. Very mediocre motorcycle game for the 32X. You ride around on a dirt bike. There's not much to say about this one. It can be found for wicked cheap, and it's not because it did extremely well. It's just because it's a 4 title. Alright, Afterburner complete. This is a really good port of Afterburner, really good graphics. If you don't know what Afterburner is, it's Yu Suzuki from Behind shooter from AM2. Very good. NFL Quarterback Club. I honestly have played this to see if it boots, and that is it. So, not sure how that fares up. RBI Baseball 95. It's RBI Baseball on 32-bit. It's not bad. If you're an RBI series fan, you'll like that one. Knuckles Chaotix. A reason to own the 32X, if you ask me, or if you ask a lot of people, it's the reason to own the 32X. Really good 32-bit 2D platformer, the closest thing to a 32-bit Sonic we got. It's kind of, if you ever play the prototype Sonic Crackers, that's a lot what it's like. You're chained to your Knuckles, or whoever you want, and another people out of his crazy world, or side games and comics and stuff like that, and you're attached to him by this little ring, and it's a really fun game, really interesting gameplay. I would check that one out if you can find it on the cheap. Well, it averagely goes from $15 to $50, depending on the condition, if you want it boxed or not. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Really good NBA Jam in 32-bit. I wish they would have done NBA Jam Extreme, but I'm just glad I got one for the 32X. I love the NBA Jam games. 2-on-2 extreme hoop action. Tough Man Contest with Butterbean. It's okay. It's kind of like boxing, kind of like in the Punch-Out sort of style, but not nearly as good or memorable. And for a quick 5 minutes, or if you have friends for a laugh, it's not bad. WWF Raw. It's not a bad wrestling game. It's not as good as the WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. That's more like a fighting game for the 32X, but this isn't bad. I like playing with my favorite old school wrestlers like Razor Ramon or Lex Luger. Alright, Tempo, one of my favorite series. If you don't know what Tempo is, I'd check it out. There's a really good Sega Saturn Tempo, there's a good Game Gear Tempo. The Tempo on the 32X is an exclusive, and it was really good. You're a grasshopper doing grasshopper platformer things, and it's really fun, really music related. I like it a lot. That's a good 2D platformer. The Tempo games. Alright, Blackthorn. Really good game. I don't know, I haven't played any of the other ports, but I really like the 32X version. Action game, and there's so much to do in it. This can keep you busy for hours and hours. Definitely worth the price.